Here is how I made a simple freehand top. First, I took my top measurements and then I proceeded to take my horizontal lines. I took the bust line, I took the half length, I took the under bust, the breast point lines. Then the next thing I did, was to go to my shoulder. My shoulder is 16 inches, so 16 divided by 2 is 8. I marked 8 inches on the shoulder line and on the bust line. For my shoulder slope is 1 inch, and then my neck width is 3.5 inches. Remember, this is a freehand top. So I went ahead to create my darts. For my darts width is 4.5 inches. So I marked it on the horizontal lines, and then I connected it down to the top length. For the dart legs, I went in by 1 inch on the center, and then 1.5 inches by the sides. Then I connected it to my under bust, and then I used a simple curve to connect to the bust point. So because it's a princess cut, I divided the armhole by 2. Then I marked it. I connected it back to the bust point using a simple curve. Then for the tightening, I went out by 1.5 inches and blended it to the curve and extended it out so it fits. You can see the extension there. Then I proceeded to take my measurements. I divided everything by 4, and then I did that. I replaced my dart. The dart measurement I took out, that was, if you add 1 and 1 plus 1.5, you have to get 2.5 inches. So I replaced it back. Then I went ahead to place my sewing allowance. That's 2 inches. Then for the down, the curve there, because I don't want it to be flat, I went up by 1.5 inches and then I blended it back to my full length measurement. And then for the neck is so your own discretion. Whatever kind of neck you want to make, you can choose to do that. So now I proceed to cut. So for the back now, remember this is a freehand cutting, freehand. So the next thing, what I did is I took my zip allowance, and then I took my horizontal length, my full length, my bust line, my half length. Then there's me labeling them. So on the armhole, I did my armhole, and then on the armhole, I did my slants. Remember, still 1 inches. Then on the armhole, I went up by 2 inches, and then I created my dart again, still 4.5 inches. And I took my measurements. Took my sewing allowance, that's 2 inch or 2.5 inch sewing allowance. And I went back to my darts. I connected the dart back to that 2 inch I went up by. Then for the fitting, that's the curve down, I just went up still by 1.5 inches. And then I connected it. Under my dart line, I still did my extensions. Remember, this is a freehand cutting, so we just did it. The neck is whatever you want it to be. Any kind of neck you want to do, you can do there. So that's it. You can just go ahead and cut. This is freehand. So now for the sleeves, I'm just making a big puff sleeve. It's short, a short puff sleeve. I want it to be full. So I'm just folding my fabric. Here's me folding my fabric. The fabric refused to fold. So I took my measurement. Remember, I said it's freehand, and I just want to make it simple, as big as possible, and as simple as possible. So I did my S curve, then connected it. You can see it's not a straight line. I did a slant line because I want it to be really full down. The place I marked was for the folding, where you put your, if you want to put your elastic. So this is the finished look. I told you it's just a simple top, simple princess cut. Nothing, just a simple cut. Voiceover is not easier. Thank you.